Check. 1 2 1 2. Double checking. Oh, I don't hear nothing. Oh, sorry. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Sorry. Check 1 2 1 2. There it is. Check 1 2 1 2. Perfect. Now I can hear myself. Let's go. There it is. Perfect. All right, let's go to YouTube. Let's check out what we got for today. Let's see. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Oh, fuck. Let's go to the Nick Fuentes clip I was watching. Breaking news dishonored me. Go to my history. Let's see what we were looking at earlier today. There it is. I was looking at a Nick Fuentes thing right now. I want to check out the rest of it.
We should just make another Nazi party like Hitler. Oh, yeah, true.
Dwight Andrews said $11. If Vance wins 2028, what are the main things we will get from his administration?
It's just like this low IQ stuff. It's just got to be driven out. It can't be allowed to dominate. There must be a sustained effort at the very top to suppress that shit brutally and with discrimination, with prejudice. Okay? Because it's embarrassing. You know, you look at the Jews and say what you want about them, but they're venture capitalists. They learn the language. They learn AI. They learn autonomous systems. They learn nuclear energy.
They do.
And what do our knuckleheads do? They say, we should do the Nazi thing again. What if we did black shirts and we did a swastika flag and we march around? And you're like, look at my Nazis, dog. This is fucking pathetic.
Retarded.
You know? We need architects. We need musicians. We need engineers. We need geniuses. I'm more interested in those, actually. We're back being Dark Groiper. It was fun on the generational run. I'm ready to be the villain again. It was fun being the hero. It was fun being, most likely to be president for a day. It's time to be the villain again. And I'm going to excoriate the audience. Here is the problem. Last year, during the 2024 election, it was obvious that Trump was going to sell us down the river. It was obvious because he was telling us. He told us in June of last year that we were going to staple green cards to diplomas. When they pressed him about mass deportations, he said, we're going to take out the violent criminals first. We'll worry about the rest later. Okay, the writing was on the wall. He picked a never Trumper, J.D. Vance. The writing was on the wall. Silicon Valley, Wall Street, the Israel lobby, they all lined up behind him. It was obvious where this was going. And in spite of that, you all voted for him. I told you exactly what would happen. I said, we're going to go to war with Iran. I said, we are not getting mass deportations. I said, and we're going to empower the next generation of neocons like J.D. Vance. And you all told me, well, it's better than the Democrats. Well, it's the lesser two evils. We got to vote for Trump. It's going to be a golden age. And look what happened. Here we are. You voted. America decided. Trump became the president. And look at what has happened. Corporate tax cut. $12 billion for Israel. We're at war with Iran. We're at war with Yemen. Mass deportations have yet to materialize. They're deporting people criticizing Israel. They're going after immigrants that criticize Israel. Taking citizenship from people that criticize Israel. They held Harvard and Columbia and all the Ivy Leagues hostage because they're criticizing Israel too much. They brought TikTok back, but with pro-Israel censorship. It's endless. They can do all this for them, all this for Silicon Valley and the corporations in Israel. They can do nothing for us. Nothing for us. Have they banned seed oils? No. Have they banned pesticides? No. They've walked all that back. Have they done an infrastructure bill? No, and they're not going to. Have they made home ownership affordable? Have they made student debt manageable? No and no. Have they brought down inflation? No. Inflation's ticking back up. Prices are high. Housing is still expensive. Have they done the deportations? Absolutely not. They're actually carving out, saying we're going to let people stay if they're working on farms or in hotels or in hospitality or in restaurants or in construction. They can stay. They can get a special visa. They could get an H-1A visa. We're not going to deport them. Okay? So this bargain, it isn't working for us. They're getting everybody's information in the Palantir database. Palantir has gone up 100%. And now we're 3 years out from the next election, and Groyper start to say, fuck J.D. Vance. Maybe I'll vote for Newsom, just on account of he's a fat loser and this administration sucks. And what are people saying?
Fuck that.
Ah, geez, dude, but the Democrat is so bad, too. Ah, geez, dude, but we can't. The Democrat's terrible, but the Democrat's liberal. Ah, but you're going to vote for Newsom? Nah, but Newsom's not it. Do you get it? This is how they keep you contained, okay? This is how they keep you controlled. This is how they keep you brainwashed. What if we just didn't vote? Yeah, and yes, that means a Democrat would win. So what? So what? A Democrat did win. And Republicans, by the way, did nothing to stop it.
Right.
You think Republicans give a shit if Democrats get in power? They really don't.
They don't give a fuck, bro.
When the election was stolen for Trump, did Republicans do anything? Did they do anything to prevent that from happening?
They didn't do any. They did it on the next election where they went out in numbers because they were so upset, right? They overwhelmed them. So they did do something, but it just took 4 years to do it, obviously, because of the election. I'll give them that.
You know, Trump's entire legal counsel during Stop the Steal, they didn't even give a shit. The Republican House and Senate, the Republican-controlled state legislatures, they did nothing because it's really not that bad for them. And then the Democrats, when Biden crashed out and it was apparent that Trump would win, did the Democrats care? No. You know what the Democrats said? They said Trump will win and it's okay. We'll live. Literally, that's what they were saying. They're not even pretending anymore. So isn't it interesting? At the highest level, they just trade. The Republicans and Democrats, they're on and off. Sometimes they're in power, sometimes they're not, but they're still good. And they're all friends with each other. And they all know that it's all going to be okay. No one really cares. And the billionaires, they go between Republican and Democrat. They support one year, another the next. It's down here on this level that we have to kill each other.
For real.
We're having these debates. Gavin Newsom's a woke race communist. Trump is based. Dude, these are arguments that we are having down here among the people that don't matter.
Don't give a fuck
the
about
people
us.
that don't make decisions, the people that don't have wealth,
Right.
the people that don't have capital and don't have connections
No
and don't know
power,
how anything
bro.
works. It's down here that these ridiculous arguments are happening.
No stupid fucking idea.
Do you really think that's what is going to change politics?
Hell
Is
no.
a debate between Scott Presler and Harry Sisson? Seriously? Some sweaty, tall, effeminate homosexual and some liberal cuck on the other side, and they're going to debate about policies? Republican presidents are good. Democrat presidents are bad. Like, we have to break out of this, guys. We have to break out of this matrix. That's not politics. Politics is not voting reliably for the party you align with. Like, nominally, that you nominally align with. Politics is when you group up. Politics is when you all get fucking pointy sticks and raise a flag. That's politics. Politics is when you all draw a fucking triangle on your head or, wear a red bandana or a fucking green tunic. And you say, we're all going to wear a blue tunic and we all are going to get sharp sticks and we're all going to get together. That's politics. And you do something. Now, when I say that, that's not a weird insinuation of violence. What I'm saying is, politics is not oh, I'm white, I'm conservative, I'm voting Republican. Politics is when a group of people get together and say, let's say for the sake of argument, let's say there's 1 million Groypers. There was a poll that was conducted today. It said, I have a 6% approval rating in America. People say, that's funny. It's not that funny, because 6% of 300 million? What's 1/5? Or 1/20th, I should say. What's 1/20th of 300 million? It's a lot of people. And let's just use that for the sake of argument. What if all those people said, we're going to write in a protest candidate? 1 million people is enough to flip an election, a close election. 1 million people is enough to become a problem, especially if they're in one place. What if that 1 million people was dispersed across the swing states? What if 1% of those 1 million people showed up to canvass in Iowa, New Hampshire, and Nevada? And what if that 6% or that 1% of that 6%, what if they were acting in unison as a block? And what if they said, we won't vote unless? We will spoil it. We should be for Republicans because we're white, we're conservative. We will spoil it for Republicans unless. That's politics. Politics is not, oh, we vote for Republicans every year. That's like a sports team. That's like, I always root for the Bills. I always root for my Cubbies. No, politics is when you get together and use your power and say, this is us. These are our demands. That's what I've sought to do in every election for the past few cycles. And my goal is to get big enough that eventually we're going to be able to make a difference. And I think this is going to be the one. I think 2028 is going to be the one where we summon enough Groypers that it will actually make a difference. And then it's a whole different ball game. Because I do this show and you can bitch about the issues. You could be on the show and you can say, I don't like what they're doing. I am outraged. No one cares. But when you summon 500 people to a state and they're all working as volunteers and you have donations coming in, you're putting them up in hotels and they do what you say and you do some new different thing and you say, you know, we're a free agent. It's a totally different ball game. You wait and you watch and you'll see. But this is what they hate. Why do you think they freaked out so much? They hate the idea that the people know their power. They hate the idea that the people would break out of the matrix and say, Republican, Democrat, how about neither? I'm a free agent. Now, that by itself isn't powerful, but when the free agents get together and say, we're united behind one mission, one agenda, we can swing either way, pause, we could go either way. That's the idea they don't like. As long as you vote Republican, they don't give a shit.
Wow, you fucking cunt, dude. What a fucking bullshit ass fucking game.
Where a group of little girls is confronted by what seems to be a foreigner, maybe a gypsy, maybe a Muslim.
What a fucking bullshit ass game, dude. He gets the one card he needs. I fucking swear to God, this fucking game is bullshit, dude. Bullshit ass game. Fuck this nigga. Damn. He top stack Cyrus. Out of fucking 19 cards.
That by itself isn't powerful, but when the free agents get together and say, we're united behind one mission, one
out of 19 cards,
agenda, we can swing either way, pause, we could go either way. That's the idea they don't like.
He should have lost that shit. Fuck this game.
a slave to either the Democrat or Republican Party. Either the Democratic or Republican Party. Those are the only people that benefit from you embracing a message like what Nick Fuentes said. What was the takeaway that you got from it? Without even looking at my notes, what was my takeaway that I got from it? For one of the most important things that we can do in politics, something that I always say, this is not sports. You're not rooting for your favorite team. When you root for your favorite team, you immediately remove all the power that you have. Think about how we think about our favorite team, whether a Cowboys fan. Think about a Cowboys fan. It doesn't matter what their team does. It doesn't matter if Jerry Jones trades Micah. It doesn't matter what is done. Cowboys fans are Cowboys fans. They feel like every year they're the team to win the Super Bowl. You become delusional rooting for people rather than assessing their performance. How did he start off this speech? He said, "Don't trust me." What politician says don't trust me? We've said this over and over. Stop listening to what people say they're going to do for you and just look at what they've done. Just by doing that, just by saying, "Hey, I'm not voting for you based on what you're promising me. I'm always just going to look at your record." Imagine that accountability that is placed on any politician now. If we no longer vote on what's going to be promised to us and just by your record, then that's going to force politicians to actually stand on the things that they say they believe in with actions before they even get to us. But instead, what do we have? And this happens with this whole complaint narrative. This whole complaint narrative where he's talking about Matt Walsh, and it's like, who can be the angriest white guy? Who can be the angriest white guy and just complain about the other side? That is exactly what the Democratic Party did. That's what the liberals have created a brand on. How do I know? Because I used to rock out with them. Everything was based on a complaint. The whole reason why I embrace being more of a conservative, and I don't even like to put labels on it, but as of right now, I'm a conservative, and obviously things switch based on where society is, but as far as political parties and things of that nature. But the entire reason why I embraced being a conservative was the fact that I was tired of blaming other people. I was tired of placing the energy externally and decided to just place it internally. I was tired of saying that things are not fair. There's not a level playing field. I don't need a level playing field. I'd rather direct that energy towards making myself better. I don't care if the rules are unfair. Complaining about the rules being unfair doesn't change the rules to being fair. Complaining about the rules being unfair doesn't do anything. Actually winning, uniting, creating that united front, and then leveraging it, that puts pressure on changing the rules. You have to win first. Or at least have to have some type of leverage to where you can control with your following who's going to win. But instead, everything is about complaining. Everything is about this victimhood. Politics has become the victimhood Olympics. Who can pander to whatever group the most? And what did Nick Fuentes say when he said, I'm tired of being the hero? And I don't know if y'all been noticing it, but his energy's been shifting. And I can only say, I'm saying his energy's been shifting. I'll be totally honest with you. I've really only been consuming his information for the last few weeks that y'all have seen me posting. And really the last week heavy. Other than that, it was just clips that other people have been sending me. But I was just logical enough, because I've done the emotional games. I was logical enough to not get caught up in all the rhetoric, not to get caught up in how people have painted the picture of him, for me to go into it, oh, he's a racist, he's an anti-Semite. I put all that stuff, I just listened to what was being said. So when he says, I'm tired of being the hero, I don't know what y'all heard, but what I heard is he's not going to pander to the Matt Walsh crowd. He's not going to pander to the victimhood, even if that means, and he may not say it, but this is my takeaway from it, even if that means the white people acting like victims. Just like the black people act like victims. We're not doing that. I'm not pandering to you. I'm not just jumping up on this show and just gonna use certain rhetoric because I know it's gonna fire you up, rile you up, get you hyped up to where it's soothing your anger and frustrations.
Fuck.
That's what politicians do. That's why I can't stand the church in a lot of ways. It's all about, let me not even get into that. Let me not get into that because that's an entirely different conversation. An entirely different conversation.
I forgot to use
For
Mars.
a lot of reasons, that's why I also have certain issues with therapy, or at least how therapy is presented, because none of it's solution-based. It's all about making you feel better about the problems that you have. No, give me some solutions. Give me some real direction. Take a risk. Yeah, I may go that way, and things may not add up. Things may not go well. Total side note, my apologies. And I shouldn't have even introduced the whole therapy thing because that really takes a lot more context. And I don't mean that to each their own, whatever works for you, but I'm just talking about certain issues that I have with certain aspects of therapy. But let's go through some of these notes.
I'm going to do the three.
And I want to highlight some of the things that he said. Moving past the politics of resentment. He's absolutely right. There's a lot of stuff that I've watched on Matt Walsh, have reviewed on our show, and have agreed with. There's a lot of times, even, with the, what is a woman? But it's all based on resentment. It's all based on creating a certain anger in me to where I'm pissed off about certain things that the woke movement has created. And yeah, perhaps I should be pissed off at a lot of these things, but I should never allow my anger to outweigh me being solution oriented and intelligent enough to understand that if you become angry to a certain point, you're just going to be controlled. When you're emotionally involved in something, you're just being controlled. Put pressure on people to not soothe your resentment, but to actually lead you in a direction that is solution oriented. That's what I heard him say. Even when he highlighted the race stuff, we have to move beyond grievance and bitterness. This is not about resentment. We have to move beyond grievance and bitterness. Get all that emotional stuff out the way. If we're still fixated on the things that have hurt us in the past, or the things that we've been angry and frustrated about in the past, it's going to be very hard for us to move into the future. And when he said that there's more to do, and it's more to do with tone and attitude, I told y'all, he's adjusting his approach, it seems like, based on some of the clips that I've seen in the past, based on even certain aspects of what I hear him saying, as far as when he says his show and certain things that he says that people may be offended by, that it's rhetoric, it's performative, he's doing a show. I'm telling y'all, he is moving based on, in my opinion, him assuming a larger responsibility, him understanding like, damn, I have these people following me now. Do I just want to use this to make them angry? Or do I actually have a direction, have a destination, have a vision? When he said, do you have the audacity to be a dreamer? This is what I'm envisioning. So when he directly says race and says we have to move beyond, what he's saying is, yo, I understand that I have a lot of groypers that I may have pissed off and I may have Matt Walshed to get to the mindset of, well, it's just these black people, it's just this, it's just that. And he's taking responsibility for it. That's what I'm hearing. Now, a lot of people, I'm sure, are going to listen to that and say, well, he hasn't said it, he hasn't. Cool, that's totally understandable, to each their own. But I'm peeping what he's doing. I'm peeping what he's doing, and a lot of people will say, damn, you just believing in him? Somebody said in a comment that I'm co-signing him. I don't need to co-sign anything. I'm just watching him. I'm just paying attention. Like he said, yo, don't trust me. Just watch me work. And a year from now, we'll see what things are. So I don't need to dislike him. I don't need to like him. I can appreciate the authenticity. I can appreciate him being direct and genuine. I can appreciate him not being like a lot of these politicians who go to acting school and then are acting their entire time up there, telling you all the things that they're gonna do. Meanwhile, they have a record of doing none of these things, but they're begging you to promise to follow me, trust me. In my opinion, he's trying to scale back the rhetoric. When you say certain things and you understand the following that you have, and you say, I'm not trying to win the competition of becoming the angriest white man, and you reference Matt Walsh, peep what he's saying. Peep what he's saying. And a lot of people may say certain aspects of what he says are embracing a victim mentality. Sometimes you got to call stuff out. Now, sometimes some of it may be a victim mentality. I don't know. That's for each and everybody else to decide. That's for everybody to decide whether it's victim stuff and whatnot, and how certain things that he may have said may come across as embracing some type of victimhood. But when I hear you say, I'm not trying to win the competition of becoming the angriest white man, all I heard was, yo, I'm not doing this whole victim narrative. I'm not doing the whole victim narrative. When Matt Walsh, he said, was complaining, he used the B word. You know, y'all may not like it, but I try not to curse on these things. I try not to curse. But he's right, yo. He's right. Stop complaining. That's punkish behavior. That's punkish behavior when every day you go on a show and all you're doing is complaining, but you're not leading anywhere. You're not solution oriented. How do you take a problem, a negative, and turn it into a positive solution? Conservatives are good at saying what we're against, but not what we're for. This is exactly what the liberals used to do, what the liberals still do. Now it's the same thing. And I don't know if y'all really soaked up what he was saying when, you know, the conservatives or the Democrats didn't care that Trump was going to win. Conservatives don't care that when the Democrat wins. You know what I thought about? And maybe this isn't the best example, but because a lot of the liberal platforms, I guess they went too far when it comes to, you know, like the Joy Reids and a lot of these people's shows getting canceled who were real liberal leaning. I think some of the comedians. But it may be easier for a politician. If you're a Democratic politician, it may be.
This nigga, he needs to shut. Bro, I'm not trying to hear him. Oh yeah, I want to hear. What's his name? I haven't heard him in a long time. Fuck, Pac-Man? No wait, let's check this out. What's this? Tiger Belly. I like it.
You gonna leave the tag on, or?
Yeah, I don't. I might return this dress.
Are you being real?
Yeah.
It's cute. You should keep it.
Should I keep it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
So keep
rip
it.
off.
It's a cute. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta keep
like
it,
the
dude.
dress? Okay. Thank you.
I mean, it's. I don't know how dresses go.
I mean, you should just keep it because you
Absolutely,
already
yeah,
wore it. You know, it's
Take
kind
the
of
ghost away.
But if I don't like it, I will return it.
Okay. Well, los pantalones,
A lot of Mexicans, right?
la escuela.
That pissed me off. I found out I was buying something new and.
Buy something new and
that-
Renee, I'm
And a Chinese
I'm,
woman
I'm
wore
singing a
it.
song, Renee.
Oh, sorry.
Bro,
dude,
los
you're
pantalones.
pissed off by this?
I wrote a song, dude.
You wrote a song.
Sorry, nobody's respecting your song.
Oh,
okay?
yeah. No one's respecting.
Everybody be quiet for Bobby's song.
Los pantalones.
Do you know you missed the chord?
I it up now. All right, ready? Los pantalones, la escuela. Those are the words I know in Spanish.
Wow.
Renee Vaca, give him a round of applause. Renee Vaca, bro.
That was beautiful, Bobby.
You look olive today. Why?
Racist.
Is that racist, dude? You look more olive than
No,
normal.
the song that you just sang.
Why? Those are the two words I know in Spanish.
Wow.
How
But
is that racist?
You have a Mexican here.
I know.
Are you Mexican? Right now, you look good.
Yeah. Are you doing an emo thing, Jaime?
Life's painful.
Oh,
Here we go.
yeah.
Okay.
Talk to us about your feelings.
Wake me up when September ends.
Yeah.
Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got Renee Vaca.
Okay. Yeah.
Honored to be
Yeah.
here, man. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of you, Bobby, since I
Yeah.
was growing up.
Well, we're friends.
Well, I'm also a big fan.
Yeah, but we've hung out before.
Yeah, but big fan.
Yeah. I know we do shows together.
Big fan.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of yours too.
You know, my girl's a big fan of yours.
Yeah. Well, is your girl here?
No.
Yeah. Is she Spanish?
You had sex with her. A long time ago.
Are you being real?
not.
No,
Oh,
no.
Oh, fuck, thank God.
Isn't she? She's
Chinese.
Asian.
Yeah, she's Chinese.
Chinese.
Oh, she's Chinese.
Yeah, Cantonese.
Yeah.
Cantonese.
Cantonese.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up with you? You like Asians?
I mean, it just happens. It just
Do you
hap-
like the people?
No, I mean, I love Asian. I love everybody, you know?
I know
It's
you
just-
do. I know you do.
It's just
dude.
my girlfriend just
What's your
happens
favorite
to
kind of
be-
Asian though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta say Chinese, man.
Yeah. That's your favorite?
Cantonese.
The food, no.
No.
Actually, yeah, my favorite food is Chinese. It's some of my favorite.
okay,
food. But
good.
Korean food is my favorite.
So is that first or second? Okay.
I like
one's
Korean
first?
food.
So that's number one in terms of food.
What about?
1A, 1B.
How many?
Okay.
Combo A, combo B.
A combo B. Okay.
You spilled this.
Yeah. You guys, we have a show here. What in God's name is going on? You know what? He
He
spilled
spilled
something
on
you?
my dress that I might return.
You're not going to return it.
I might return it.
Okay. Well, then return it then.
Maybe I will.
Yeah. Hide the tag though. It's
I'm not
weird.
gonna hide the tag.
Okay, you're gonna leave it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it.
And what brand is it?
It's Princess Polly.
Ooh.
Is that good?
It's
Yeah,
it's
it's
normal.
expensive.
It's not.
I don't know. I've never heard of it before.
It's
Heard
not good.
expensive.
Ooh.
You're pissed off by this behavior?
No.
Yeah. So what's the most? Is that necklace real?
Yeah.
That's real diamond.
Yeah. Real.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jimmy Boy.
Yeah. Hey, what's
My
up,
jeweler.
Jimmy boy?
He's Vietnamese.
He's Vietnamese, dude.
Vietnamese.
You know.
You know, and
What is that?
I don't know. I don't know how to do gang signs. So I just do this.
Well, you know, my jeweler's he looks like a gangster, Vietnamese gangster.
He's
you know?
Vietnamese. And how much is something like that?
You know, I don't want to say online. You know.
Oh, okay.
But
It's a lot.
It's a lot. You know, it's all real. You know. It's
Is
all,
it on layaway or? Did
No,
Oh.
no. I think when I first bought my big check, I got the whole thing. I think at first I did the chain. I did make 2 payments on
Oh, you did 2 payments on.
when I first got it. Right? I was like,
Yeah.
but then after that, I was just like, okay, let me just buy it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a lot of. I don't spend money on jewelry.
No, you buy like dirty shoes.
I buy dirty
I've
shoes.
been spending money
$800
on
shoes.
signatures lately,
What's a signature?
like an autograph. Sorry.
Like Clint Eastwood signature?
Yeah.
Oh,
I get like Bob Odenkirk, you know, Breaking Bad signatures.
You
know,
do?
Pee Wee Herman.
And you pay for them?
Yeah, on
Whoa.
eBay. It's fun to just like bid.
Oh, you bid
I
for it.
make offers, you know.
Yeah.
Do
And then what do you do with them?
I frame them,
Oh.
and then I have them in my house. you
You're a
know.
real fan of
I'm
people.
a big fan of people. And then
Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah. You like Disney.
Yeah, big Disney guy.
Like if you met Isai Morales, would you be nervous?
S.I. Morales, yeah, bro. What the hell? La Bamba? Bob from La Bamba?
Yeah.
Dude.
I have a dream too, Richie. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It's the only movie reference I know.
I'm trying to get.
That's funny.
I've been watching the George Lopez show, and you do look like Ernie. I think you mentioned that to me a long time ago. You
Yeah,
look
yeah,
like
yeah.
Ernie, the character.
Yeah.
From George
I just don't know if you can memorize the lines.
He can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
You
might-
can't.
What?
George.
You can't.
Hey, George.
That's all he says in the fucking
All
show.
he says on the show, I mean.
That's it.
George.
Yeah. What's up, George?
Hey George, I want to bang your wife.
That's something that-
That was
oh,
a
yeah.
Nickelodeon episode.
Yeah.
That was a Nickelodeon.
I like your wife.
Yeah.
He likes his wife.
How long you been doing stand up?
10 years this year.
Wow.
Was it hard at first?
Hell yeah! I mean, it's never easy, right? But you know, I mean, I had a good support group in the beginning. I started in Merced, California, so
Yeah.
that was like it's like 4 hours from here. It's a small town, so
Yeah.
I was in college, very popular kid in college, and I ran my own show, so I always had them filled with friends. And in the beginning, then I came over here.
Yeah.
But it was good. You know, God chooses people for comedy. I think.
Oh, you do? You think it's a God-given gift?
Yeah, I think people choose. I think and I don't know if it's I feel like you get chosen by the people mostly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the people choose you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God chooses you first, then the people.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, what was
You don't believe in God? I have a feeling you don't.
I do?
Well,
I don't know if
you-
he chose me.
He chose you.
Chose me to do what,
There's
man?
no other Asian man that looks like you that can do what you can do.
Oh, that's true.
There's like a deer online that looks.
yeah. There's a Korean deer online. You know what I mean? That kind of looks like me, but yeah. You've seen that?
He was chosen.
Yeah, he was
by
chosen
God.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Dude.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look like
Shows-
Bobby?
No, it does not.
It does.
Would you eat one of those deers or no?
No, no.
Yeah. What kind of
My
meat?
girl would.
Yeah.
My girl would.
Cantonese.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Let me about the. You know about the Cantonese?
I know about the Cantonese.
What are they willing not to eat? You think?
Mongolian.
Mongolian?
I'm just saying that. South Park episode. Goddamn Mongolians.
Oh yeah.
That's from South Park?
Yeah.
Why every time Chinese build a wall, Mongolian gonna come take it down?
Oh yeah.
That's very good.
Like if Renee and I were in
thought it was the
Cantona,
second
I
one.
where's
Yeah,
Cantona?
Yeah.
Land of the
Guangzhou,
Cantonese-
Guangzhou.
Guangzhou
Yeah.
province.
Yeah.
Right, and we're at a market.
You can have anything you want, anything your heart desires.
All right, so
you can
we're
get.
walking through, and you're.
I would have played that a little bit different if I knew that was.
Yeah.
What is?
And,
Do the accent. Renee, do that. What is?
What these?
Yeah, he only repeat what I say. You know, he don't know much.
Okay.
What is?
What are you?
Oh, you know our friend. What were you? You were so late.
Yo, I thought it was gonna be the Mexican dude. Okay, Nick leaves him shocked.
What's up, guys? I have two different clips for you today. These are clips from the Andrew Tate versus Nick Fuentes debate hosted by Myron Gaines. This debate happened shortly after Tucker Carlson joined up with Candace Owens to take shots at Nick Fuentes. Tucker called Nick a weird little gay kid who lives in his mom's basement. Nick went off on his next live stream and then talked to Andrew Tate. So this is Nick basically explaining his beef with Tucker Carlson to Andrew Tate. There's some good information here, and I, for one, believe Tucker Carlson might be a Fed. This first clip is posted by Fuentes Updates. The caption is, "In our political movement, we have to be willing to criticize people. Someone like Tucker, he's got some explaining to do." So let's watch this.
Well, and I think you're legit. I think that, as far as the Milo thing is concerned, the only reason I even mentioned it is because Candace did her show with me. She did her show with Tucker, and then she does a show with Milo. Elon Musk replies to Milo calling me a Fed. Then you come in and kind of, you didn't really pick a side, but you sort of said the Brigitte Macron thing's legit, and you said the Reuters talk too much about the Jews, or that they blame the Jews or something, and then you retweeted Milo. It looked like it was coordinated. I hope you understand that. And totally. I think that people need to scrutinize these things because, as you know, and you're brilliant on politics. I consider you a friend too, and I consider what you have built to be one of the most positive things that's happened in the 2020s. And I even come down on your side when you're arguing with Catholics like Matt Walsh, because honestly, a lot of the Catholic, white right, they're pussies when it comes to women. And a lot of the trad stuff is 100% steered by women. So, I mean, your thing on patriarchy, in my opinion, is indispensable. It's literally indispensable. And it's like, it's actually a good thing that we're in the Tate generation of young kids that are saying, what color is your Bugatti and all. I think it's actually a really good thing. But with that being said, as far as these connections are concerned, I think transparency is the solution. Yeah. You coming on this and saying, hey, I just retweeted him just because. Okay, valid, legitimate. I hear you. But in a lot of these cases, typically where there's smoke, there's fire. And I like to draw these connections because this is how politics operates. You do get these networks that come together. They're networks of patronage. They're networks of money. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of people came to me privately and said, I'm on your side. I agree with you, but I can't speak out against Tucker because he's done things for me, because he's a friend of mine. And I've heard that from a lot of people. I'm not going to name names. Some of them said it publicly. Glenn Greenwald, Ian Carroll. They said a lot of nice things about me. Dave Smith, too. But they also said, I don't even really want to weigh in because I like Tucker. Now, in our political battle, we actually have to be willing to criticize people. We have to be willing to scrutinize those kinds of things. And someone like Tucker, he's got some explaining to do. He said he didn't know his dad was in the CIA. He lied. He did know that. Now, if we're coming for the Matrix, and insofar as the Matrix is the deep state, we're going to need an answer on that. I would like an answer on that, as well as some of these other things.
Yeah, for real. Tucker has some explaining to do. I agree. Andrew Tate's a net positive. Changed my life. I'm a Hustlers University graduate. Helped me start my own business, his Hustlers University online school. Everyone calls it a scam. It's not a scam. If you actually take the courses and do what they say, they will help you start an online business. Shout out Hustlers University. Anyways, next clip here, also posted by Fuentes Updates. Caption reads, "I don't know who Tucker is, but I know who I am. When push comes to shove, I have a much better case to make that I'm a credible voice than he does."
The particular thrust of his attack was to say that I'm a federal operative, was to say that I'm a federal agent. And you say that the question is, how do I handle that? Do I punch back really hard? Do I sort of take my lumps, so to speak? I would say that's a very pernicious and specific charge to make, which is supposed to say, and it was almost artful
Tucker's
the way
the one
that he
that's
did it.
CIA. What are
He
you talking
said,
about?
Nick says a lot of the right things, but you shouldn't listen to him because he's not who he says he is. And that sort of says to me that they are trying to block me from having influence. They're trying to destroy my reputation so that people don't listen. And in my show against Tucker, I sort of contrasted our two positions. If it's about the movement, for me, my movement says we're about American sovereignty. We want to break free from Israel. We want to break free from Jewish oligarchs. It's identitarian. America has a white character. It has a European character. It's racial. That has a lot to do with it. We need to shut down immigration. We need to get rid of this oligarchic syndicate that's running our country. And I would question, does Tucker conform to that? Because repeatedly he insists, I have never talked about racial replacement migration. He insists, I'm not an enemy of Israel. I love Israel. I love going to Israel. Now, you know, what movement is he a part of? He's part of the movement where you work for Fox News for 20 years. And then when the whole world gets red-pilled, now you're going to talk about Israel a little bit. Is the movement where your dad's in the CIA? Is the movement where you call up Trump and tell him to do a COVID lockdown? Is the movement where you say you hate Trump and you're ready to see him go away because you can't stand him? I don't know who Tucker is. I know who I am. And I would say that when push comes to shove, I have a much better case to make that I'm a credible voice than he does. I would make the case that my movement, to the extent that it's different, is much more consistent with what's right and where the people are at. If he wants to make it me versus him, be my guest. I don't think he's going to like where that goes on a long enough timeline.
All right,
So
sounds good to me.
that's why I
know
said
what
to
we're gonna
Alex
do now.
Jones yesterday, I said I would love to privately or publicly talk to Tucker. If he thinks I'm a Fed, if he cares about the movement, then, you know, look, I'm not going away anytime soon. He needs to listen and take me seriously, obviously, because his attack on me backfired. I think he needs to put up or shut up. Have me on the show and debate the differences, make the case I'm a Fed, or get with the fucking program. But that's kind of where I'm at with him. So I'm with you. I do have a consciousness of the movement, and I think that maybe Tucker plays a role in this movement, and maybe Candace plays a role, but I think they need to have a team player mentality. I can't be expected to have all the magnanimity in the world and all the patience and tolerate the kind of nonsense they're throwing my way. That's kind of my position, because I like you a lot, and I think, you know, when you and I had our disagreement on Twitter, you said, fuck it, let's get on a stream. I love that. I think that's honest. I think, you know, like you said, we don't agree on everything, and I've taken issue with things you've said and vice versa, but we can kind of talk about where we align, and first of all, we can talk. I think we should expect the same thing from them as well, and in particular, Tucker. So that's sort of where I'm at, because I sort of see what you're saying, but I got to stick up for myself a little bit in this case.
All right, yeah, guys, what do you think? This conversation happened because it seemed like when the Tucker Candace versus Nick beef started, it seemed like Andrew Tate was taking Tucker Carlson's side. But to Andrew Tate's credit, he gets on a live stream and talks to Nick about it. So we can have our disagreements, but damn, bro, let's talk. Debate me about it. Tucker, you say these things about Nick, you call him gay, you call him an incel, and then you won't even talk to him. To me, that kind of tells me everything I need to know about Tucker. Similar to the Charlie Kirk situation. Charlie Kirk will tell you Nick Fuentes, worst guy ever, refuses to talk to him, refuses to debate him. To me, that tells me everything I need to know. Because Nick's not scared to talk to you guys. He'd be happy to talk to you guys. Also, this tells you that Andrew Tate's probably legit, right? The fact that Andrew Tate will talk to Nick. What do you think? Leave a comment. Is Tucker Carlson a Fed? Who's more credible? Who's our real representative in the America First movement? Is it Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, or is it Nick Fuentes? Who do you think represents you? I think I'm Team Nick for this movement. Tucker Carlson grew up filthy rich. He's an elite. He's not like us. Nick says that all the time too, but Tucker's not like us. Rich kid, dad was in the CIA. Tucker's probably also in the CIA. He's here to pretend to be like us. Also, yeah, Tucker, you've been in media for 34 years and started talking about Israel, like, what, 2 weeks ago? And only because everyone's talking about it and it's unavoidable, you have to say something. So I personally don't really trust Tucker Carlson, but let me know what you guys think in the comments section, and please subscribe to my channel. We're having a great time. I'm covering Nick Fuentes debates, Myron Gaines debates, covering the news. We're going after women and minorities, having a lot of fun, so please subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.
As you said in your video on your channel, he's in on the joke. He's in on the work. These are all incorrect assumptions. I don't know about the face-off, and I don't know why Stu felt he needed to, even in a work sense, hit him with an empty beer can to the head. Now, this kid also suffered a concussion days earlier. So, and he said he wasn't hurt by it. If he was like, oh my God, I'm like, knock loopy, I'm sure the Stu guy would have apologized as he did when he found out that Raja isn't clued in, isn't in on the joke, isn't in on the work. He apologized profusely to him. This is where it takes the left turn. If you had said to me, like you said, James, in your video, if he turned around, boom, and Raja turned around and popped him, or hit him, or grabbed him and said, don't you ever do that again, I'm sure the Stu guy would be like, what's going on here? They would have broke it up. He still would have apologized. And I don't even know if it would have been squashed, because once Raja seemed to have it in his head, I'm going to get this guy. I'm going to F up a pro wrestler for real. The 2 hours leading up to it, even when the Black Pearl guy was standing there going,
damn it!
We're always working, and the Stu guy's sitting down.
Fuck!
Raja's standing there. Stu and Black Pearl.
How the fuck do they keep getting these goddamn Cyruses? Fucking A. Oh my God, dude. Fucking, how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 16 cards, they got one in their hand. They get fucking Cyrus, dude. That's happened 3 times already. Fuck this game. So fucking stupid. I can't get a fucking card that doesn't... I do Mars. They get one card and they get the one fucking card they need. Fuck this game, man. I always get the shit card.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the podcast. For today's guest, we have Andrew Bustamante. Welcome in. For today's co-host,
Should
we
be an
have
easy
Mike.
fucking win.
Please welcome in Mike. Please just introduce yourself in case anybody doesn't know you. And since it's like an interview thing, you're supposed to talk into the microphone.
Fuck Pokemon
Just so
right
it
now,
picks
man.
up audio.
Okay.
Fucking coward, dude. I fucking swear to God.
CIA intelligence officer and the founder of Everyday Spy.
And by the way, just since it's like a video recording, not just audio, we'll be shooting on video. Those cameras are recording, and it's not just for audio. The mics here.
Where's this? Where's the white dude at? I want to see the white dude. Where's he at?
Hello everybody, welcome back to the podcast. For today's guest, we have Alex Stein. Oh shit! Please welcome in. Hello. For today's podcast, for today's guest, we have Alex Stein. Oh shit! Please welcome him. Hello. For today's co-host, we have Mike. Please welcome in, Mike.
Hello. Hello.
Fuck you. Okay, so if you're wondering why the set looks slightly different.
No, listen, hey!
It's because Alex Stein
I just start doing what
got angry and he destroyed the table.
I wasn't angry at all.
fuck you want!
You were not angry?
I'm not angry. I'm happy.
Okay!
That's how I act when I'm happy. I get a little aggressive. I have
I'm a guest!
high functioning autism sometimes, and
The customer is always right!
I'm very reactionary. And I'm impulsive. And so I apologize for what I did.
I don't mind. It's okay.
Well,
I
I'm
just
sorry.
want to let it because the table might look a little different.
Maybe, but
Okay, so let's start. You know, there's nothing different here, guys. If the table looks different, I think we were recording during that.
in
other part, so I'll
post-production, you can just fix it.
just- in
With AI.
post-production,
You can
I'll
use
figure it
AI.
out.
You can use VO, or what is it called? What's the new thing? Clio?
Michael,
No, the new
I don't have
the new
shit.
AI thing.
Jack.
It's like Grok, but less gay, or I guess.
Well, that's just the stupid Twitter one.
Okay.
Of course they have the
Should you
fucking one
attack
they
someone
need.
because they are a different
Right,
race?
gang?
Which race?
Of
A
course
different
they
one
have the
than you.
fucking things they need. Right, gang?
Well, it's like, would I attack a Chinaman?
I know, man.
Probably so. But would I attack an African American? No, because they're strong, they're physically tough, they're mentally tough too. Sometimes, believe it or not.
Well, I'm not asking if you would like attack them because of their physical features. I'm asking if you should, based on the guideline that they're.
Well,
a
like
different
that's what I'm
race.
saying. Like an Indian guy, yeah, I would attack him because he's easy to beat up. Indian, I mean, there's. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
but-
gonna beat you up with a computer. Oh, I'm gonna send you a code and hack your computer. No, I just.
Yeah, but I'm not asking if you could beat up more Indians than African Americans. I know the answer to that. Everybody does. I'm asking,
So you're saying,
would you?
should I beat up somebody based just on the color of their skin?
Don't do that to the table. It's gonna fall
Okay.
apart.
Should I do? Ask the question better.
That question was asked perfectly fine.
Well, repeat the question.
No, you're gonna have to remember it.
No.
Like I know you could
No.
attack.
The answer is no.
But then why did you say you would attack an Indian?
I misspoke.
What is the difference between Robbie
Thank
Lawler and
God.
a basketball?
Jesus Christ. Give me fucking something else.
Robbie Lawler.
A basketball is a round leather object thrown into a hoop for sport, while Robbie Lawler is a former UFC fighter.
Is that true?
That's true. Is that surprising? You didn't know either of them, or just one of them, or?
I didn't know either of them. I mean, I knew. I mean, I knew Robbie. The other one I wasn't sure about.
The basketball?
The what?
You didn't know what a basketball was.
Yeah, I knew what it was.
So didn't know what? I don't understand what you're saying. Are you playing?
No, I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
Whatever. Is it really drunk driving if you off the Henny?
Well, if you're off the Henny, yeah, technically that is drunk driving. I'll be honest, yeah.
How is that drunk driving?
Because when you
didn't drink a beer or nothing.
Yeah, but when you drink Henny, dog, it gets you different. Like, have you ever drank Henny?
Have I ever drunk?
Have you ever
Hennessy?
had Henny?
No,
Ever
I
you've
haven't drunk alcohol.
That's what I'm saying. You've never had like two ghetto bitches and a bottle of Hennessy, and you got a blonde.
Two ghetto bitches.
Yeah, because ghetto bitches drink Hennessy.
What is that? You
Like a white girl can be a ghetto bitch, a black girl could be a ghetto bitch. Like a ghetto bitch is a woman.
You hang around with ghetto bitches?
Well, no, I have a beautiful girlfriend that I'm dating, but I'm saying in my past life, you know, there was a time when I was with a lot of ghetto bitches. The more ghetto, the better, because they spread it and forget it, and that's what I like. So, not anymore. I've changed. I found Christ, but before that, I was all about the spread it and forget it.
You pretend to be white, but your last name is Stein. Jewish
Yes.
fuck. How long
Okay,
until
first
you
of all-
change your name?
First of all, I'm not Jewish.
Your last name is Steinberg.
Yes, Stein, but
Steinberg.
also means stone. It's also a German name. But
Steinberg is not a German name.
you're not technically Jewish unless your mother is Jewish. My mom was not Jewish.
Hold on. I don't play that game where it's, oh, you know, my mother wasn't Jewish, so according to their religion, I'm not Jewish. You know,
Okay, well, you
ethnically,
don't understand
ethnically,
Jewish
you-
magic. You don't understand Jewish magic. And
See, but
ethnically,
you do because you're Jewish.
well, maybe I'm using Jewish magic, but it doesn't matter.
What's the Jewish magic? You're not tricking me. I can see right through you like Hans
Oh,
Landa.
okay, all right, all right.
I'm like
Listen.
I'm like Hans Landa, but Jewish, but I'm still
No.
looking for Jews.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
And you know what? Django Unchained was one of my favorite movies. For different reasons. For different reasons than you would think. I don't even want to say the reason, but I'm a big Jamie Foxx fan. He's from Terrell, Texas. I'm from Dallas, Texas. And
You like the movie because the actor's from Texas?
yes,
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that was the reason.
I know. That's why I said you wouldn't guess the reason. I thought that guy that doesn't talk that much.
He's having a rough patch.
It feels good though. The alcohol will numb the pain. I don't encourage people to drink, but I will tell you that, suffering with depression and anxiety, that alcohol will always temporarily make that go away.
Do you know any languages other than English and Hebrew?
I know Ebonics.
Mr. Stein.
I know
A
Ebonics.
Jewish guy who knows Hebrew. So you're playing stupid by doing like the one where you just use the...
How am I playing stupid?
You're going L'chaim.
Dreidel, 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 I
there you
made
go.
you out of clay.
That's what I mean.
Dreidel, 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 I will spin you all day.
Are you supposed to water the hobos?
Well, it depends because honestly, these hobos, they stink. They smell bad. And is spraying them with a hose without their permission nice? No, but sometimes life is not about being
I
nice.
didn't really mean like spraying them with a hose, like being nice about it. No, it's not a nice thing without their permission, but try to, I guess, make it cooler. Like take a little like water bucket, like for sunflowers, and put it on their head while they're sleeping.
I believe Jesus did that same thing.
Jesus did that.
No
I
way.
think so.
No way this nigga gets it. Come on.
That's gonna make me a believer.
Fuck, man.
Are you suicidal? Are you suicidal?
Do you have the other
I
one?
feel like you can guess from what he just said.
Well, he might want to go to space. He might want to go to the moon. Like,
Does that look like a man who wants to go to space?
believe it or
that
not,
looks like a man
believe
who
it or
wants
not,
to
no,
be in
Matan,
space.
Buzz Aldrin was a horrible alcoholic. The guys that went to
on,
the
do you
fake
have it?
moon mission, which
No,
we didn't
yeah,
go,
with
yeah,
fake-
all alcoholics.
Oh, yeah, you're a
Buzz
flat
Aldrin.
earther, yes?
No, I'm not a flat earther. I'm
Yes,
a
you are.
geocentrist. I don't think the Earth is flat. We've seen the 24-hour sun in the North Pole and the
You
South
told
Pole.
me earlier today when I met you that the sun and the moon are just as big as each other.
From our perception, they are.
Are you that that's how you would judge the sun?
It's funny that you say I'm because there's a documentary called The Principle, and The Principle will explain geocentrism. But
It was
all
made
the
by
great,
Jimmy John.
all the
Or somebody
greatest
as intelligent
minds,
as
all the
him.
greatest minds before me thought this. So listen, I believe in God. I believe God created the earth.
Einstein.
Well, it's funny because Einstein exactly said we cannot tell the difference whether we are in the center of the universe and the universe is spinning around us, or we're spinning around the universe. We can't
Einstein,
tell.
what
he
he
said
said-
that. He literally said we can't tell.
You know what Einstein said?
What?
He said, "I'll take the 2 for $3 McChicken."
He didn't.
Yes, he did because it was
Listen,
cheaper
McDonald's-
back then.
McDonald's was
it
created in 1963.
No, because nowadays a
Yeah,
McChicken
and-
is $3, and back then it was 2 for $3.
See, now we can agree on something.
Yeah.
The price of inflation, because you're only 18, so
Yeah.
you haven't been here. You don't remember when you used to get a McDouble for an actual $1. And that was a time when America was a real country. Now what we've become is a shell of ourselves. We've become this one world order. I don't even listen, I love America, so I'm willing to critique America and criticize America. But there was a time when this country was truly great, and I hope Donald Trump can bring us back to that level once
I
again.
think he already has.
Already?
Already, we're in the prime.
Well, I would
we're
be-
in the golden age.
But you're a very successful young man. You have a successful podcast, but you still can't afford a home in Los Angeles, California.
That's true, but that's because of the Los Angeles governor, Karen Bass.
Well, she's the mayor, but yes, she's bad too.
Oh, you think you're smarter than me because you
have
know?
have you seen her OnlyFans?
No, I don't use
They
that
call her
stuff.
Karen the Bush Bass.
Karen the Bush Bass. I'm weak right now.
That's
You
pathetic.
see your
it's true.
head? Yeah, I know, but you see your
Karen
head.
the
It's just
Bush
like
Bass.
your head on her.
I don't want to know about that.
Well, you know now, so.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Where on the political spectrum are you? I'm a libertarian because I think I should be allowed to put aluminum in the microwave.
That shit
I'll be
hurt my ears,
honest.
bro.
A lot of people will be like, Alex, you're anti-LGBTQ and stuff, which is impossible because I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. So,
Are you saying the fans are gay or something? I don't understand.
well, yeah, I mean, if you're a Cowboys fan, you're either like a Latino or a gay person, but that's a whole different genre of podcast because this is just we don't talk about sports. Actually, you had a sports guy on. You had Pac-Man Jones. You had a Dallas Cowboy on.
Yeah, you can talk about
So
sports.
we can talk about sports. Yeah, no. Hey,
Says the guy pretending not to know what a basketball is.
okay, I know what a basketball is. I was trying to be funny. It's not funny.
I didn't find it funny because you're playing, but you see, you're playing the as I said, and then
Well,
you
how
said
do you know I'm not actually?
If you are, then I mean, then what? Then I made a mistake and I had you on here.
You wouldn't interview a person?
Probably not. It's just not worth it. I just get
Why?
it's just
Because
sick. It's sickening to look at it.
APAC doesn't
APAC.
They pay people to interview people. Did you know that?
I don't take their money, so that's no.
I do.
You take their money?
Yep.
I don't believe that.
Okay. You want to see my bank account?
I maybe.
Okay. Okay. Well, here, I'll teach you something real quick. If I wasn't getting paid by APAC, why would I have $77,000?
That's not that much money. Let me see.
77,000. You see that? That's my Instagram. Okay, go to the Bank of America. You know how to work an iPhone. Okay, quick going to my. Why are you on my Twitter? Why are you tweeting? Give me that.
Let me tweet something.
No, because you're gonna. You're tweeting. I'm. He's tweeting. Look at the. No, this is how we lose my account. This guy is sick. I'm No, this guy is Let me have a hit of that. I'm thirsty as hell. That was disgusting. That's gross.
Do you know what I was trying to do?
What?
Let me see your phone. I'll show you what I was trying to do.
No.
No, I have a cool
Just tell me.
trick I want. No.
No, just tell me.
No.
Hi, cool trick. Okay, just tell me what you're gonna do. You're gonna say I'm so and then I was gonna lose my account, and then my family was gonna reach out to me, and no.
More so the family thing, and then if I killed you, it would make sense. Or I got someone to do it.
I'd love you to try to kill me. I'd love for you to try to do that.
Well, not me. I wouldn't try
You're
it
too
myself.
small.
Yeah, I agree. Do you also check the Bible in your hotel room to see if it has $20 in it?
Is that a thing?
That's the thing. I made like $80 in the last year.
It's funny because I always look at that, and I always grab the Book of Mormon for some reason. And
They have the Book of Mormon in the rooms too.
every time there's a Bible, there's a Book of Mormon. Yeah,
That's not true.
that is true.
Not in the hotels I've been at.
Well, it's true.
Let me see your phone. Let me tweet something.
No.
I'll tweet
Let me
something
see your
else.
phone. How about that? Let me see your phone. Phone for
No,
phone.
no, my Twitter
phone
is
for
more
phone.
valuable than yours.
I doubt that.
This, no, not that one.
I doubt that.
Who's your favorite statutory rapper?
Of them all, there's this guy, and I don't like him personally, but his music was very powerful. Have you ever
I
heard?
didn't ask anything about music.
Have you ever heard of South Park Mexican?
South Park Mexican? No. I imagine he makes
SPM?
songs about South Park.
Actually, it's nothing to do with South Park. South Park's a city in Houston, or I guess a suburb of Houston, and I think he was, at the forefront of the Houston rap culture. And I'm good friends with Paul Wall. Shout out Paul Wall. Love Paul Wall.
Paul Wall? You're friends with a
Yeah,
wall?
the People's Champ. No, he's a human
The
rapper.
wall. You talk to the walls?
But I'm saying this SPM guy. He was.
Hello, Mr. Wall.
Okay. Well, no, you know who Paul Wall is?
No, I don't. Is that like a
The
play
guy
on
with the
words?
grill. Everybody.
Is that like a play on
I'm
words?
George Foreman because I'm selling everybody grills.
Are you out of your mind?
No, I mean a little bit, but I'm saying Paul Wall is a famous rapper. You know Paul Wall. He's got all the teeth with the grill.
I mean, you're describing most statutory rappers.
No, first of all, SPM is a statutory rapper. Paul Wall is nothing like that. He's a good human being.
What's the issue with being a statutory rapper?
Well, SPM, he went to jail for doing something repugnant and disgusting.
Like
with children.
what?
I mean, I'll let you use your imagination.
Why would you go to jail for being a rapper?
You're gonna have to ask the district attorney that prosecuted him.
Yeah, but they don't get to. The attorneys don't get to decide.
Well,
Stuff like that. There's already set laws unless they're crazy and they're just deciding their own.
You're from the Middle East, right?
No, I'm not.
Well, in America, I'll teach you a little bit about America. There's a lot
Says
of
the Jewish.
There's a lot of corruption going on. So
yeah, maybe
you can be innocent and still be.
Why would I
convicted
not
of-
understand that if I was from the Middle East? If anything, those people understand it more.
I don't know. I mean, they understand. I would disagree. I would say the Taliban, some of the most honest leaders.
Most honest?
Yes.
They might be more honest, but they're definitely more corrupt too.
No, not necessarily. Because if you remember during the Afghani war, the Iraq wars, it was actually the Taliban that stopped growing poppy, and it was the United States military that put our troops outside of the poppy fields in order to grow them. And a lot of people don't realize the controversy.
How do you say goodbye in Arabic?
L'chaim.
Allahu Akbar.
Oh yeah, Allahu Akbar. I apologize.
Everybody thinks it means something about God, but it's really like
Allahu Akbar.
If you hear Allahu Akbar really, and you really hear it, you're dead.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
I just heard you say it. I'm alive. So
I'm not talking in Arabic though.
Well,
that confirms it.
he does have the choice. Theoretically, he does have choice.
Clearly not. He doesn't have a weapon.
You have free will. You can buy a gun.
What are you criticizing? Like somebody who's completely unstable in the brain?
I'll be honest with you. I do not have a lot of empathy for a white guy
A white guy? Why less empathy?
Because he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, a leg up, and my Latino brothers
Can the
and
Mr.
sisters.
Trump create a 28th Amendment allowing me to decapitate dogs for shitting on my fucking lawn? God damn it!
No.
Why not? Why not?
I'm an animal lover. That's not.
Fuck,
it's not
okay,
even
well,
funny.
hey.
It's not even funny because honestly, that dog poop's probably good for your yard. It's fertilizer.
Yeah, well, I don't like the smell of it. I don't care if it's good for the grass. It's not even real grass. I had it installed.
Okay. So a dog doesn't deserve to die for that.
So then how am I going to stop him? I ask his owner, can you pick it up? He goes, oh, it wasn't my dog.
Was it a black owner or a white owner?
It was a Mexican guy.
Oh, well, you're right. I wouldn't have said much to him. Cartels, the cartel.
I don't think he was a cartel guy. I think he's actually
Was it
the
a
guy
pit
who
bull? Was it a
installed
pit
my
bull?
lawn.
Was it a pit bull?
A pit bull?
What kind of dog was it?
No, it was like a fucking one of those fat dogs
Well, that's vague.
with the jaw problem. Bulldog.
Oh, yeah, those. They have trouble going number 2, and oftentimes their owners have to wipe their derriere. So an owner to have a bulldog and not take care of their defecation is just a bad pet owner. But I would say that we need to blame the owner, not the pet.
I don't want to blame the owner because the owner probably has a job and helps the economy, but the dog
You could
doesn't
argue.
help
You could
the-
argue that a dog has a job by bringing joy to the owner.
That's not a job that produces
Well-
money for Mr. Trump.
Well, is a housewife a job?
No, and I don't think they should be
your
allowed
mom-
to shit on my
your
lawn.
mom,
And if they do,
all the hard work your mom put into raising such a fine,
I was
young,
raised by- I raised
beautiful
myself.
boy. Your mom made a beautiful boy. And
I
you're
raised
gonna
myself.
discredit her because she had to work hard to make you.
I don't discredit myself, and I'm the one who raised myself.
Well,
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Prize Peaks. Preseason football is almost here, and college football is already here. So you don't want to miss the action this season on Prize Picks. I'm excited to watch Saquon Barkley, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, and Mike, who will be playing football. Prize Picks also invented the flex play, which means that even if your lineup isn't perfect, you can still cash out. Wow! Thank you, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is available in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Can you hear me? Download the Prize Picks app today to get $50 in lineups after playing your first $5 lineup and using code MATAN, M-A-T-A-N. That's code MATAN, M-A-T-A-N, to get $50 in lineups after playing your first $5 lineup after downloading Prize Picks. Hello? I can't hear anymore.
Even if the allegations are true, is Michael Jackson really a bad guy? Let's consider he was from a different time where that was okay.
it's funny that you bring up Michael Jackson because I'm arguably one of the biggest Michael Jackson truthers. And so let me
really?
just tell you a little bit about Michael Jackson. If you watch the documentary Leaving Neverland, it starred 2 people. This person was named Wade Robinson and James Safechuck. James Safechuck said that he was in a train house that not only was not built yet in the years that he said he was, the architect had not even drawn.
Yeah, but
the
it was
plans.
from a long time ago where that was okay.
Listen, now Wade Robinson, he is the main person that said that he was the biggest victim of Michael Jackson's. But what's funny is that he was also the lead character witness in 2 court cases for Michael Jackson. So Michael Jackson was one of the smartest human beings on earth. You're like, no, what are you talking about? He literally had a catalog bigger than Sony. And when he died, not only did Sony benefit financially, it basically ruined the Michael Jackson estate. So my point when it comes to Michael Jackson, he's not dumb enough to put a kid on the stand as his lead character witness that he was continually him. So when it comes to these people and they're changing their tune after his death, when Michael Jackson is not allowed to defend himself, I think it proves that they were lying. And then on top of that, the first guy that actually got a settlement from Michael Jackson, the only time he ever paid a settlement because he was investigated by the FBI for over 19 years and never convicted of a crime, Jordy Chandler, his stepfather, killed himself shortly after the settlement. So there's a lot of misinformation regarding Michael Jackson. On top of that, Michael Jackson did have arrested development at a young age. Are you listening? At a young age, he was forced into the spotlight and forced to work like an illegal immigrant. And that stole his childhood. So when he became a successful adult, he yearned.
Michael Jackson.
He yearned for that youthful.
Well, I don't even care
joy.
about all that. I was saying that even if he did it, he's from a time where it's okay.
Well, he didn't do it.
Even if he did.
He didn't.
Even if he did is what I'm saying.
Well, I disagree with you 100%. So
Maybe he did though.
0% chance. Macaulay Culkin spent the night at his house and said that they didn't do anything. Who else spent the night at his house? Corey Feldman. And Corey Feldman was by people. And Corey Feldman
Is
said
Helen Keller in hell for eternity for lying?
probably.
What do you think she lied about?
Well, who's that woman that was her? Helen Keller is the only a blind deaf person to ever do anything. You ever hear about a blind deaf person doing anything today?
No, that's what I'm saying. And it's not just doing something, it's doing so much.
Yeah, she's like flying a plane, riding a horse. Give me a break. There's not a blind deaf person doing that today.
It's either that Helen Keller was a liar, it wasn't real, or it was just people were lying on her behalf, and it was just somebody going.
And this is before social media, before we had independent journalists like James O'Keefe that could have, filmed her doing
That
this.
would have been funny if they stuck a phone in Helen Keller's face. Hey, bitch! You know what I mean?
Quit lying! I know you can see me! I know you can see me, Helen!
Technically, she couldn't hear this guy either, so her reaction would have had to be nothing.
Right in her face.
Yeah, and she would have to have. Well, you're spitting, so that wouldn't have worked. She still had
you're
feeling,
right.
according
You're
to
right.
her.
You're right.
But you,
I would block the spit.
if you did that and she reacted, you would have known for sure.
Yeah, and I think that she would have been proven to be a liar.
Somebody should have done the flinch test on her.
I think they probably did. I bet you. I don't know this, but I bet you people knew.
Then I haven't heard anything come out
like
about
her
it, which is
friends
pretty
knew.
frustrating.
You know what I mean? Like her friends knew.
What does that mean?
Like
Her friends knew that it was a hoax?
Yeah, like she'd have to go into character. Oh, I'm blind and deaf right now, but like her friends would be like, ah.
My guess is actually that it was a blind and deaf person who people were lying on the behalf of.
Oh, you think the blind and deaf person was not even part of it?
I think Helen Keller was blind and deaf at but and then people were lying about it. Like,
I
look
think
at
she-
Helen
I
Keller
think she
flying
could-
a plane.
Yeah, I think she could see. I think she could see 20/20 vision.
I don't think so. I think that it was disabled. And then she went to hell for the other people's lies that she put up with because she didn't know they were real. What's that shit about anyways? You can tell what somebody's telling you by rubbing their hand?
She was like, and she had a special code that nobody else knew that would communicate with her handler. And
Is that
that's how
really
she was
what they
able to-
say?
Yeah, and she was able to do
That's not
trigonometry.
true.
She was able to do advanced physics. She was able to use the coordinates for air travel with this. She was like in her thing, and then they were able to fly a plane. So
I don't believe that at all.
I don't either.
Would you be angry if I ripped your eyes out of your head?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Why?
If you, well, I mean, then I'd be like Helen Keller. I'd be blind.
No, you'd still be able to hear and...
Like if you took out my eyes and you're holding them and I could still see with those eyes, then yes. Like if you had my eye.
No.
So like once you rip my eyes out, I can't see with those eyes.
Yeah, obviously not. I'm not like a
Well, I didn't know if like maybe,
magic man.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like that. If you ripped my eyes out, no, I would not like that. Yeah.
Do you know that a dog is a bad pet? He will eat your McDonald's.
Stop. Listen, what is the deal with you and dogs? What
He will eat
do you
your
not
McDonald's.
do you not have any pets?
I had a dog and then he ate my McDonald's and then I...
That's horrible. And the thing is, you probably shouldn't feed the dog McDonald's.
I didn't feed it to him.
He just ate it himself. Was
Fucking piece of shit. I went
was
to
it
take a pee.
Was it a McChicken? A lot of people don't know this.
I
that-
went to take a piss and he ate all of it. He ate the bag, nothing. And then when I asked him, I said, tell me right now if you did it. He did that thing that the dog do when they think it's funny. They go, "Mm."
I love that. I love when they do that.
Yeah, well, that was the last thing he said. And then
You're sick. That's really bad. I
I...
disagree.
He started it.
Well, it's called being the bigger man, and I know a young person like you.
He was bigger than me, by the way.
Well, it's not always about size. when
Yeah,
it
well,
comes
you
to
said
being
the bigger man. Your standard keeps changing. You keep
No, when I
changing
say
the
the bigger
goalpost.
man,
Oh,
it
well,
means
who
that-
started it? Next you're going to say, well, it's a dog. You keep changing your line here.
Well, being the bigger man in this sense is being the smarter one. You're the owner, and that's one thing.
I am smart. Now I don't have my McDonald's eaten.
But you don't
I get
have
to
the
eat
dog.
it all
You don't
by
have the dog.
myself.
And a lot of people don't realize you're in Los Angeles where you have a lot of illegal aliens. You have a lot of people, home burglaries. Having a dog is one of the best home defense
I'd rather have a
mechanisms.
rifle.
Yeah, but both. I have both.
Yeah, well,
The
guess
dog
what?
barks, he distracts him, then I get the rifle. Boom! 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 Boom!
I'll make a counterpoint.
Okay.
That you'll be concerned about the dog's safety, and you'll now be focused on that too, as opposed to just going all out.
Have you never seen John Wick?
Yeah, but come on, man. That's not a real dog. That's a bullshit dog. Did they kill the dog? Are you having a seizure? What are you referring to?
What did they do when John Wick's dog died?
What did John Wick do?
Yeah, what did he do?
He killed them.
Let me see something. Okay. Is this your...
No, please don't break it. That's really disgusting. I'm glad I'm never using this studio again, so... I mean, I feel bad for whoever's the next one using it. It's some weird shit. He's 17. I mean, he's 12. And that guy's 9.
It's fine.
That's not fine. You're
You
like
can
Michael
kiss the
Jackson.
microphone.
You're like
you can kiss a mic.
you're
Don't
like
say that about Michael.
I'm
Don't.
being honest.
You can say whatever you want about me. I'm self-deprecating.
Why,
I like to joke around. Ooh, make fun of me. Don't make fun of Michael.
Michael Jackson not here is what you're saying. He's not here
Yeah,
to
he's not
defend
here to
himself.
defend himself.
And
Don't you
I-
think that's cowardly for you to criticize somebody that's not here to
I
defend
would
himself?
say it to him too.
I doubt it.
You doubt I would? Why? You think I care? I'm scared of Michael Jackson.
Okay, first of all, Michael Jackson had a charisma that could change your entire opinion of him.
Yeah, I saw those videos
instantly.
where they touch him and then they start having like they pass out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's not real.
What?
Those
That
are just
is real. You saw the video. You see them pass out.
Those are
He
crazy
touches you.
people.
Oh yeah, and then you pass out, and then you have an erection, maybe. But
I see you're going. That's what you're going in. No. Let's move on. I have a solution for H-1B visa workers. We will have a curry making contest, and whoever wins gets sent the fuck back.
whoever wins the contest gets sent. I think that if they win it, they should get to stay.
No, because that's the trick there. That's the smart move. Hey guys, all Indians welcome. Make some curry and everybody else welcome. Let's use the best, and then they'll arrest
To
them
be
right
fair,
after.
we already have the recipe, so I don't know why we.
There's just gonna be
need the
naturally
Indians.
better
We
at
have
making
the.
it.
I know, but is that true?
Yeah.
Is it because when you and I live in Dallas, Texas, and if you go to a Chinese restaurant in Dallas, Texas, it's being cooked by a Mexican, and guess what? It's delicious.
Probably not as good as if. Well,
General Tso's chicken is better from a Mexican in Texas than a Chinaman in China. Fact.
I don't know if that's true.
Have you been to Panda Express?
But that stuff's not actually Chinese.
Who works
food.
at Panda? Who works there? Though?
Orange chicken was
Go-
created by Panda Express.
I know, but when you look.
So that's not real Chinese food, is what I'm saying.
Oh
You're-
wait, so now orange chicken isn't real Chinese food.
It was
You're the
created by
retard.
Panda Express.
You're the.
Explain how that works.
Explain to me how orange chicken isn't Chinese food.
Because it was created by Panda Express and it had nothing to
Oh,
do
and
with
pandas
China.
aren't Chinese. And pandas are fake.
Fucking, I didn't.
You know pandas are fake.
They're fake?
Yeah, they're usually people like in a suit, or they're like another bear that they dye their.
No, but they're in Minecraft.
A lot of stuff is in Minecraft.
Yeah, it's real.
No, pandas are provably false. So.
But they're in Minecraft.
A lot of stuff's in Minecraft.
Long neck is here.
Is Longneck here? Is he with Gucci Berry?
Fucking don't mention that
Is
guy.
Gucci Berry here?
No, he's not.
Yeah, I love Gucci Berry. What are you gonna
Fuck
do?
Gucci
Oh
Berry.
no, don't
Fuck
be
him
don't
and
be like
fuck
that.
Whiteneck.
Don't be like that.
Did you know what Whiteneck did?
Yeah, I know Whiteneck very well. I know all the necks. I know long neck, wide neck, short neck, big neck, black neck, yellow neck,
You're just naming
red
necks
neck.
now.
Oh,
Redneck?
you don't know
That's
redneck.
just a term.
That's a person too.
No, it's not.
Okay, well I
But
know.
Regardless, I'm shooting with long neck, not red.
I know every neck. Okay, I know more necks than you.
Well, that's fine. I'm not shooting with any of them besides long neck.
Okay. Is my Uber Eats here?
I didn't order you shit.
Oh, I ordered.
$10,000 though.
Yeah, you are going to pay me my $10,000 in crypto.
I'm not paying you shit.
Yes, Dogecoin.
That's it. I have to film with long neck now.
Okay, that's fine. Where's Longneck? I want to be part of his episode.
You get to meet him outside.
No, I want to meet him out here.
You don't get to meet him here. I don't have guests coming to the other.
Why? I know, but why does it have to be like this, Matan? Like, why can't we just be buds? Like, why? I know, no, but seriously though, like, people come on your podcast, like, and I know that you have to be like, oh, I'm the guy, I'm gonna make it awkward, and I'm the young guy. I know, but why can't we just be friends? Like, you and I aren't that different. You know what I mean? Like, we both go up to people, we both try to put them in uncomfortable situations, and really and truly, I would say that you and I are a piece in a pod, and I would like it if I could become some sort of mentor to you, a friend, and teach.
Hey, nice to meet you, long neck.
Okay. Long neck. I would like it if I could almost tutor you and teach you because
You see the Alex Stein, you'll meet him in a minute.
and you are
Alex Stein won't get out of his chair so I can film with you.
it's disgusting.
Oh, are you long neck?
Long neck. Long neck. Is you okay?
That was long neck.
Long neck. I got your favorite. I got your cherry vape that you like. Long neck. I got your vape.
I can't let him in until you leave.
He loves the cherry vape. Tell him, Cherry, I got the cherry vape. How are you feeling? Worse? I would say by cop if you want to do it the right way and get your family paid. That's the only way to do it with honor. And a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't. And I ask people this. When you die, what is the only thing you can take with you? Credit card debt. Do you have a credit card? If you don't, and you're actually so you go get the credit card, you max it out. A lot of people think your family's responsible for your credit card debt. That's not true. The bank will mislead you and say, hey, your dad or your son had this big debt, this big bill, we need to pay it. Don't pay it. So if you really are serious, which you look like you are, and I hope you don't do it, but we do live in a free country, go get as much credit card debt before you do it. And get an insurance policy.
This will tell him to kill himself.
Long neck. Is long neck coming? Or?
So before you kill some, get that money.
So.
That shit is funny, bro.
George Santos is a frequent guest of this podcast. Yeah, hit that. Definitely hit that. Don't. Okay, well, luckily I got another one. So. Somewhere I got another one. Always got a couple on me. Listen, I'm the alpha dog. I'm Primetime 99. When I come in the room, ho, ho, ho! I'm the dog that ate his McChicken.
Damn.
I'm the dog that pooped on his lawn.
That's real.
Okay, don't. I'll eat some of those. Don't. Okay, there's food sustenance issues in foreign countries. Okay, and you throw like a girl. You throw like a girl. I would love it. Let me get a video of you throwing that. You look. I mean, dude. No, but throw it again because you look very. Are you transgender?
Are you transgender?
He thinks he's like, I'll eat it.
God damn, this thing is motherfucker. Right,
Throw one over. Throw one. Okay. I got you on camera. How do you like that?
I don't give a fuck.
I got you on camera.
We have
Okay.
Cyrus?
You're on camera, so that's assault.
Damn.
That's assault. You're going to jail.
Mars. God
You're going to
damn.
jail for the rest of your life.
Holy shit. That's fucking funny. That was a short episode. That's probably the shortest episode of Matan.
Your phrase has been set.
Oh my god. There we go. How do I do this? Let's do it. Okay. That's fine. Woo. Okay, now I do it. Oh shit. Here we go. Come on, baby. Come on. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Hit me good, homie. There we go. Nice. Not bad. Let's see if he get. Oh, he doesn't have it. I don't think he has it. I think I win. I think I win. I think I won. Oh, he got scared. Nice. Hell yeah, bro. I finally played Battlefield 4. No one gives a fuck about that game. Alright, let's see. Was he groomed? Everything we need, everything we know so far about last week's tragedy. Let's see. Stu breaks the silence. Netanyahu reaction. That's a long fucking... Yeah, I'm not gonna do all that. Why comedy movies died. Huh.
Comedy movies have been dead for the past decade, which is especially depressing because Hollywood stopped making funny movies when we needed them the most. The past 10 years have been some of the most chaotic and divided times in modern history. Politics taking over literally everything, cost of
3-win streak, baby.
skyrocketing, and people spending hours online doom scrolling an infinite feed of bad news. If there was ever a time we needed to collectively sit in a theater and just laugh at something stupid, it's now. But it wasn't always like this. During the 90s and early 2000s, we were getting multiple hilarious comedy films each year. I bet you forgot how stacked the year 2004 was. Anchorman, White Chicks, Dodgeball, Mean Girls, Napoleon Dynamite, all in the same year. If we got one movie as funny as any of these in the past 5 years, we would be grateful. But this isn't even just an opinion.
Holy
the data
shit,
doesn't
that's
lie.
crazy.
2016 was the official
What?
point of...
That's insane. That's crazy. What the fuck? I'm gonna subscribe. I like this guy already. That's crazy. You haven't had a funny movie in like over 5 years.
Return for comedy films. In that year, comedies made up about 12% of the domestic box office and pulled in $1.1 billion. Just 1 year later, their share was nearly cut in half to 7%, with gross revenue dropping to $790 million, making it the single biggest one-year collapse on record. After that, it was all downhill. 2022 was particularly abysmal, with the entire genre of comedy grossing $259 million. That is an entire year of movies that grossed less than just what The Hangover did in 2009. So what happened to comedy films after 2016? Well, there are a few things we have to consider, but it all boils down to one major reason. And today we are going to discuss everything, starting with how Hollywood lost the creativity that we used to see in small, medium, and high-budget comedy films. The beauty of comedy is that it's boundaryless. Unlike drama, kind of action, or even horror, it doesn't really need to play by any established rules. A comedy can start with literally anything. A talking animal, a man stuck in a time loop, a dodgeball tournament, a pair of clueless detectives, and turn it into a creative masterpiece. The premise doesn't have to be realistic. It doesn't even have to make any sense. As long as it's funny, it works. Take Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, for example. What a unique concept. A private investigator who specializes in finding lost animals and solves crimes through pure chaos and speaks almost entirely in one-liners. At one point, he's literally crawling out of a rhino's ass. Then again, Jim Carrey was kind of a cheat code for 90s comedies. Films like The Mask and Liar Liar showcased his ability to immerse us into the most ridiculous plots imaginable. Carrey had this cartoon-like elasticity. He could bend and contort his face and body, which made even the dumbest scenes or dialogue unforgettable. Or what about Dumb and Dumber, which is literally just a movie about two dumbasses?
You go straight ahead and you make the left over the bridge.
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
Austria.
Austria? Well then, good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
I always found myself gravitating towards films that had insanely unrealistic plots. The kind of movies where the world they're in doesn't follow society's rules or any rules at all. When there's no logic to be broken and the possibilities are endless. Like literally anything can happen. The Hangover took this concept to the absolute maximum. At its core, it's just a bachelor party gone wrong. Something that in real life might just end with a bad hangover and some embarrassing photos. But in this world, it spirals into a mystery involving a missing groom, a stolen police car, a baby in the closet, Mike Tyson's tiger, and a mob boss named Mr. Chow. It's an escalating chain of ridiculous events where every new reveal is crazier than the last, and because the movie establishes early on that anything can happen, you never question it. In Anchorman, the 1970s news industry is less about journalism and more about ego wars that escalate into literal deadly combat between rival news teams. Compete with tridents, horses, and someone catching on fire, and then casually returning to work like nothing happened. Anchorman is the perfect example of a comedy movie that dedicates almost all of its dialogue to do one very important thing: make you laugh.
Brian, I'm going to be honest with you. That smells like pure gasoline. They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time. That doesn't make sense.
The amount of quotable lines in this movie is unprecedented. It was even unique back then, but now, I mean, maybe you'd be lucky to get 1 or 2 quotables in a comedy movie. Dodgeball is about a Las Vegas dodgeball tournament for fully grown adults with a prize big enough to save a failing gym.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. What?
They get their asses handed to them by a bunch of Girl Scouts, experiment with some interesting uniform styles, and Ben Stiller is in this film doing what he does best, playing the role of the villain. And what about Ted, which asks you to accept, without hesitation, that a man's childhood teddy bear came to life, grew up with him, drinks, does drugs, and gets into full-blown relationships. And these are just some of the ultra-mainstream movies. Don't even get me started on Pootie Tang and Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. These are movies that are so absurd that you have to make sure you watch them with people who have the same humor as you, otherwise they'll look at you like you're crazy. There are very few comedies today that keep the spirit of this insane absurdity. However, Cocaine Bear is one that does come to mind, which is about an American black bear that eats a stash of cocaine that fell out of a plane smuggling drugs. The bear becomes highly aggressive, attacking and trying to kill hikers in its way. While the movie is just alright, I do respect the dumbness of this idea. It's not trying to be relatable, it's just leaning fully into a ridiculous premise and committing to the bit, and that's something we don't nearly get enough of anymore. Most modern comedy movies take the safe route. We get movies like Vacation Friends 2, a generic sequel with the same recycled concept of a holiday gone wrong and being stuck surrounded by people with clashing personalities, or The Man from Toronto, another Kevin Hart buddy comedy that is so formulaic it feels like it was designed for people to turn on and then fall asleep while the ads run. Comedies rarely go for absurd humor these days because, well, it's really difficult. Too open of a canvas can make it harder to build a story with structure. The freedom to do anything also means there's nothing stopping you from literally losing the plot, which is kind of what happened in Cocaine Bear. However, other great comedy films in the past started with a lightly realistic framework which only enhanced the absolute farce that took place during the film. Like Super Troopers, a movie about morally questionable cops. Sure, that sounds realistic, until you realize these highway patrol officers spend more time pranking civilians and messing with each other than actually enforcing the law. They behave in a way that doesn't even come close to representing reality, and none of them would still have jobs after these antics. But at the same time, it does make you think some cops might actually act like that in private. Or The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Sure, it's very possible that a man could abstain or just not have the opportunity to have sex for half their life. And if you found that out, you might think, wow, that's interesting, and then move on. But the movie takes that basic believable premise and pushes it into pure absurdity. It then turns into all of Steve Carell's co-workers dedicating their entire lives to getting him laid. And of course, stepbrothers. I have a stepbrother, tons of people have step siblings. It's an extremely relatable experience, navigating new family dynamics and sharing space with someone you didn't grow up with. But in the film, nothing about that is relatable. We have two 40-year-old men with no jobs that spend their days building bunk beds, hanging out in a treehouse, and fighting like toddlers.
I didn't touch a drum set, okay? I witnessed with my eyes your testicles touching my drum set. All right, that's it!
A modern version of this absurd but also still upholding a slight realistic framework is the teen comedy movie Bottoms, which is basically just another silly high school movie, but through the lens of two queer students. The high school jocks in the film wear their full padded football uniforms 24/7, in class, at parties, while sleeping. It's obviously unrealistic, but it's a funny way of critiquing jocks that dedicate their entire personality to the sport they play. Oh, and a nice touch was throwing one of them in a cage in the classroom for absolutely no reason.
Try telling Dimitri Walker that. Little motherfucker came the first week and I ain't seen him since.
Dimitri Walker committed suicide the first week of school, Mr. G.
Sure he did.
The reason why most comedy films today feel like they are missing that ultra creative touch, at least according to legendary director and producer Judd Apatow, is because comedy writers these days are just less funny. He said, when you make the list of the best movies of all time, you're always going to put Airplane on it. And if movies like that aren't being made right now, it's because people aren't smart enough and funny enough to make them. Okay, so who would be smart enough or funny enough to write a modern masterpiece? Well, I've noticed that comedy films today seem to be missing actual comedians. And that's because some of the funniest and most popular comedians today are opting for something much easier and more profitable: podcasts. Before podcasts became wildly popular, comedians had essentially 3 routes to earn a career: get a job on Saturday Night Live, secure a TV sitcom, or get a role in a comedy film. The mainstream visibility earned through these avenues allowed comedians to fill seats in comedy clubs across the country. The vast majority of the comedians responsible for your favorite comedy films were originally platformed by SNL. Eddie Murphy, Bill Murray, Will Ferrell, Mike Myers, Chris Farley, Adam Sandler, Kristen Wiig. I could keep going on and on. It was much easier for a current or ex-SNL cast member to pitch a movie to a major studio because they have already proven to the industry that they are funny. So when these comedians began to see success in films in the 2000s, they assisted in casting other comedy actors with a ton of potential. Actors like Jonah Hill, Zach Galifianakis, Paul Rudd, Vince Vaughn, Melissa McCarthy, Steve Carell were able to skip over SNL and go straight to the big screen. And it sounds painfully obvious to say, but I think a large reason why older films were funnier was because the funniest people at the time were either writing or acting in these comedy films. Today, a comedian doesn't need SNL or a comedy film to determine their potential for a comedy career. All they need is a podcast. If you can be funny for an hour a week behind a microphone, clip the best moments for TikTok or Instagram, and build a loyal audience online, you can skip Hollywood entirely and still sell out theaters on a national tour. I'm sure Theo Von could assist in writing or acting in a really funny movie if he tried, but why would he? With podcast ad revenue, Patreon subscribers, and live show ticket sales selling out all over the country, a lot of comics are making more money than they ever could from starring in a studio comedy without months of shooting, studio interference, or the risk of a box office flop. This shift is a huge win for independent comedians, but a huge loss for comedy films. The performers who would have once been fighting to star in the next Step Brothers or The Hangover are now trying to get a spot on the Joe Rogan podcast or be interviewed by Theo Von. They don't need to spend years chasing a studio deal, and they don't have to share their earnings with a production company. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, we can now hear from our favorite funny person every single week, sometimes multiple times a week, without waiting years for them to land a movie role. But the trade-off is that we don't get these larger-than-life, culturally defining moments that comedy films used to create. Nobody is quoting a podcast episode 15 years later the way people still quote Anchorman or Superbad. Well, except this one.
My mother's very pretty.
She's a beautiful woman.
Unlike your cross-eyed mother.
Well, you don't have to.
I'm not Bobby Mata. I'm Bobby Mom.
And another big reason behind the decline of comedy films, as predictable as it is, I know, but we have to talk about cancel culture, because there are some components of this that make it a real factor. I think it goes without saying that most jokes these days receive backlash when they touch on political or social issues, but comedians have incorporated political undertones in their work for decades. Stand-up legends like Richard Pryor and George Carlin have long pushed boundaries and tackled sensitive topics like race, war, religion, gender, and government policies. The biggest difference is that in earlier eras, their controversial material was more likely to be seen as a part of their artistic persona rather than something to be taken literally. The same thing went for comedy movies. People generally understood that jokes were just jokes, with no intention of doing any actual harm. Then again, societal norms just simply change, and a lot of people today feel that making jokes or making light of very sensitive issues or topics is just not okay. We should not be joking about these things. The 1981 comedy movie Porky's involves male characters spying on naked female students. This was then treated as harmless fun, but now recognized as harassment. The 1984 comedy Revenge of the Nerds includes a disturbing scene where a character disguises himself to trick a woman into sex, something that would now be recognized as rape, not humor. The 1994 film Ace Ventura: Pet Detective has been widely criticized in recent years for the way it mocks a trans woman. The 2001 comedy Shallow Hal centers on the idea that an overweight woman is only seen as attractive through hypnosis, promoting harmful stereotypes. 2007's Norbit has been criticized for its offensive portrayal of black women. The character Rasputia is depicted as an aggressive, loud, violent, hypersexual, and domineering woman. And there's even a scene in Step Brothers that makes unapologetic jokes about white supremacy and Nazism. Chances are, if you rewatched any comedy film film you loved in the past, you'll find a joke that either aged poorly or maybe you just don't think it's funny anymore. That's normal. And it may seem like these jokes or premises were okay in the past and people didn't care as much, but that's not necessarily the case either. They just did not have the platform to express their opinions. Social media has given literally anyone and everyone a platform to express immediate feedback and criticism.
Hold on. Is this motherfucker woke? Hold on.
And this is a blessing and a curse.
That shit is hilarious. I'm gonna take back my subscription if this motherfucker says anything about that shit again.
I and many other YouTubers literally benefit from this modern social media climate. We have no superiors that are controlling our opinions, deciding who we can and can't criticize. But then again, I am also providing depth, research, and nuance to the videos that I'm putting out. I'm also not trying to say any actor or movie should be canceled, deplatformed, or lose sponsorship or business opportunities. Also, if you look at the positives, the exact opposite can happen. A movie or comedian that is overlooked by the mainstream or considered problematic could actually be really funny, and there will be online praise for it. A telltale sign is when the tomato meter from expert critics is super low, but the popcorn meter, which is fan reviews, is high. However, as we know, most of the problems don't come from people giving genuine, nuanced criticism, but rather those who get their fix by causing outrage. Someone can straight up sit in a theater on the night of release and live tweet how funny a movie is. You'll see zero effort Twitter rage baiters go viral with vague tweets like, "I can't believe y'all think this is funny," or "This is problematic," which seems easy to ignore, but it will genuinely make someone think, "Damn, I guess I shouldn't go see this movie," or "Am I a bad person for thinking this is funny?" And because social media rewards outrage, this can snowball into proof that the comedian, actor, or producer is a terrible person who is somehow unworthy of ever working again. People will read critical tweets with hundreds of thousands of likes, and they might disagree with what the people are saying, but because it has so much engagement and so many likes, it makes people change their opinions, change their minds. Maybe this isn't funny. Maybe I shouldn't think this is funny. And before you know it, there is an all-out online war over what was meant to be a joke.
Got this whole other wave where, like, now you have these people who put themselves in the oddest position of being the curators of what was kind or unkind. This was okay, but this wasn't, or I cringe when I look back at this. It's like crazy. I think those are sometimes the cringiest.
The purveyor of
What is funny or what isn't. Like, comedy's a big tent.
It's ever evolving. It's not to be dictated.
Right. There's no one way to the waterfall. It's a crazy idea that this would sit up and say, here's how you do comedy. It's like, you know, you got slipping on a banana peel to, you know, totally odd conversations to, you know, there's a wide range of what people find to be funny. And it's like almost like people that would like sit and overanalyze a situation to the point of making themselves feel really good about themselves.
And while you might think all of this is just easy to ignore, it's social media, it's not real, just make the movie, right? Well, it's evident that major studios are a little hesitant to release a comedy with edgy or politically incorrect humor. However, actor Seth Rogen disagreed with this notion during an interview with Esquire magazine. The complaint that comedy is harder than it used to be is not a valid complaint. Maybe it was too easy before, and why should it be? Why shouldn't it be hard? I like that my job is hard because I'm trying to do something that requires a huge amount of resources and people's time and energy. What do you wish you could say? What do you feel has been taken from you? It's always funny when people are like, oh, they could never make the Diversity Day episode of The Office today. You can still watch it. I'm constantly meeting teenagers who love Superbad and who think it holds up, and none of them are like, how dare you have said that? And Seth does make some great points here. Studios can still make whatever they want. There's nothing stopping them. And it's not objectively harder to be funny today. It just seems like they are not being honest about what they actually think is funny, which is why these comedy movies come out with boring or sanitized humor. The reason why Superbad holds up is because it was honest about the way many teenage boys think and speak. They are rude, crass, always thinking about sex, insulting each other constantly, distracted in school, thinking about the weekends, and living life like they are invincible.
You just get out of here and we'll talk about this later.
Evan, we're down 2 points.
Calm down, Greg. It's soccer. It's soccer.
You, man.
Hey, Greg, why don't you go pick your pants again?
That was like 8 years ago.
People don't forget.
They call each other gay, sometimes even using the F slur, even though that would widely be considered homophobic and a cancelable offense these days.
It's really messed up. Super gay.
The way they behave and talk is shocking and inappropriate, but that's what makes it funny because it is somewhat of a snapshot of reality, with the exception that like just the average teenage boy is not that funny. Now you might think this is problematic behavior, and maybe it is. So maybe the film is just not for you. But some take it one step further. They say a film like this is platforming and promoting this disgusting behavior. We are idolizing these morally bankrupt teenage boys, which will justify their bad behavior and maybe even inspire them to act in such a way. And hey, that could also be true too. But regardless of how you feel, the movie is good because it is honest. They went for it and they doubled down on it, even though it was politically incorrect. A modern version of Superbad wouldn't ever be made because they would be too afraid to offend anyone while providing a somewhat realistic depiction of a teenage boy who is gross and reckless with his words. And even if they did, they would probably add some tertiary character who steps in and tries to correct their behavior or be the voice of reason. Then again, sometimes being realistic is not funny. Like look at the 2020 film, American Pie presents Girls Rules. American Pie is supposed to be a raunchy, disgusting depiction of the primitive young adult or teenage mind. Sex, drugs, partying. It's unapologetic and incredibly stupid. This modern version was supposed to be the same thing, but from the female perspective. Looking to spice up their love lives before graduation, 4 female high school seniors band together to harness their girl power and get what they want from the boys. Let's just compare really quick. The first clip is from the original American Pie. This is how they wrote a female innuendo.
Oh, and this one time at band camp, I stuck a flute in my...
Excuse me?
What? You don't think I know how to get myself off? Hell, that's what half of band camp is. So, are we gonna screw soon? Because I'm getting kind of antsy.
Now compare that to the new American Pie.
None of us need a man to have a healthy life. I am learning that technology has given us incredible innovations in self-pleasure. And like whatever you're into, external, internal, rabbits, wands, vibrators, remote controlled plugs, beads, Benoit balls. Benoit balls? Oh yeah, I have 2 in right now. It is a very specific sensation.
Maybe this new version is funnier, and I'm just not the target demographic. So I'll ask my 20% female audience, what do you think is funnier? A girl saying, we don't need men, we have toys. Or a girl saying, I shoved a flute up it at band camp. The fear of being canceled is so apparent that studios seem to not even try to make a true comedy anymore. Some of the most highly rated comedy films in the 2020s aren't exactly praised for their straight up funny premises and jokes. Take Don't Look Up, for example. Sure, it has funny moments, but it's a satire about a planet-killing comet that's clearly a metaphor for climate change, media distraction, and problematic politics, setting up the planet for failure. Do these comments look like they are for a comedy movie? I always respect a movie that has the balls to actually show the world ending. Every disaster movie starts with the government ignoring a scientist. We really did have everything, didn't we? Damn, that made me cry. You know what other comedies are extremely popular in the 2020s? Free Guy, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. Do you notice anything different about these comedy movies? They are superhero movies. And don't get me wrong, they're entertaining, they're fun, but they're not comedies in the traditional sense. We get a lot of these films that are action first with humor as a seasoning, but ultimately, much like every other industry, the true reason why comedy films are not being made like they used to is because of, you guessed it, money. When it comes to movie theater ticket sales and financial performance, comedies have always been risky. While genres like adventure and action can have more of an expected success due to built-in spectacle, global appeal, and merchandising potential, comedies rely almost entirely on the jokes landing. What one person finds hilarious, another might find confusing, offensive, or simply unfunny. Jokes often rely on shared knowledge, references, or social commentary that might not translate across different cultures or age groups. A comedy scene that relies on American pop culture might fall flat for an international audience unfamiliar with these references. And on top of that, there's typically no giant CGI battle or billion-dollar franchise name to fall back on if the audience isn't laughing. Now, back in the day, plenty of comedies were huge financial successes. Meet the Fockers, The Waterboy, Wedding Crashers, 22 Jump Street, all grossing hundreds of millions of dollars in the worldwide box office, whereas others that are still considered good or cult classics underperformed in the box office. Adam Sandler's Billy Madison only grossed $26 million at the box office. Dazed and Confused only earned $8 million. Grandma's Boy, $6 million. And this was at a time when people were still actively going to the theaters. Our last peak in movie theater ticket sales was in 2002 when 1.5 billion tickets were sold. And although these films technically made more money than their budget, film budgets typically refer to production costs only. Marketing and distribution costs, also known as P&A, print and advertising, are handled separately, and these marketing costs can be in the tens of millions. However, where these films made their real money was in DVD sales, also another thing of the past. DVDs, rentals, and cable syndication were the lifeline for comedies that didn't crush it in the theaters. A movie like Billy Madison might have been considered a moderate performer at the box office, but once it hit Blockbuster shelves and played on Comedy Central every other weekend, it became a cultural staple. Those secondary markets gave studios the confidence to take a chance on mid-budget comedies because even if they didn't make their money back in the theaters, there was a high probability the film would eventually find its audience later. That safety net is now gone. Ticket sales are down. Physical media sales have plummeted. Rentals are practically extinct. And while streaming might seem like a replacement, it doesn't generate anywhere near the same revenue for studios. Once a comedy film drops on Netflix or Hulu, the studio gets its licensing fee and that's it. There's no long tail of DVD sales trickling in for years, no late night TV reruns keeping the movie in circulation. There is no second life. Judd Apatow confirmed this when he said, "After the last writer's strike, it felt like the studios decided not to develop movies. They used to buy a lot of scripts, and they had big teams of people giving notes, and they worked for years with people in collaboration on those scripts. I feel like the studios don't buy as many scripts now. Today, every comedy has to either perform in theaters that are half empty, or immediately crush on streaming, or it's a total loss. So basically, comedy films just can't work in the modern era. Comedians are choosing podcasting and stand-up over film. The toxicity of cancel culture puts comedy films at risk to cause uproar, either immediately or years from now when people just decide the jokes are problematic. And combine that
fucking annoying. Fuck this game right now. So fucking stupid.